The first edition of the Daily Gazette rolled off the presses on October 1st, 1894. For more than a century, the Daily Gazette has evolved to meet the needs of the communities it serves.
Today I'm 87 years old. I hate to admit that, but since I was a little boy, the Daily Gazette has come to my home, our home, my parents' home, and it's something that I've grown up with, and I've learned to respect it.
I started as a Gazette paper boy back in the 60s. Then on Friday nights in high school, I would come in and take basketball scores over the phone. And I was a sports writer for 22 years, became a features writer, and had a lot of fun, really a great time working in the features department at the Gazette.
A lot of old-timers around here will still refer to us as the Schenectady Gazette, but the Daily Gazette is actually a more reflective or more accurate name. We had 2 reporters in Amsterdam, 2 reporters up in Gloversville, 2 reporters down in Schoharie, reporters up in Saratoga Springs. We were out there and we were matching those local papers story to story. Obviously, I would say we were often beating those local papers story for story. And it was a commitment by the family that local news mattered.
Over the years, the Daily Gazette has brought readers some of the region's most important news, delivered by some of its most talented journalists.
When big news has happened, we've been there, and I've been there with a team, and we have done some amazing journalism. We've served the community. We've told the stories that nobody else is doing. In 2011, when we had Hurricanes Irene and Lee, we had a team of reporters and photographers that did award-winning coverage. We had a couple of reporters, Ed Munger and Justin Mason. They were out every single day in their 4-wheel drives, driving where even emergency vehicles couldn't get to, where roads were flooded, where whole neighborhoods were blown away and just obliterated. They told the stories about these families, these whole communities that were changed forever.
I've read gazettes that go back into the 20s, 30s, and we've always been out there in the hollows of Schoharie County, up in, in Saratoga Springs. We've always covered up there, and it's always been this hyper-local focus that's kind of the buzzword in newspapers today, but it's always been there for the Gazette.
That reliable, respected journalism has helped inform the Daily Gazette's readers and connect them to what's important in and around the places they live and work.
Look at the Gazette is an anchor for the city of Schenectady and the region. It's a platform that provides daily news, information, and continuity to the good things and the bad things that happen within our communities.
We have all the social media and all other kinds of media, but the reality is if you really want to find out what's going on in our community, you really have to go to our local newspaper.
So whether you're looking for information on a development locally in town or for a great place to go out and eat on the weekends, we're going to be there and we're going to let you know about all the information that there is to those places and those topics.
The Daily Gazette has stood fast as an independent, family-owned newspaper, even as the number of small, local newspapers has dwindled.
And I believe every community needs independent media. It's critical to any community to have that voice that is not beholden to any specific agenda or group, and that isn't afraid to put talented people out there reporting the journalism.
You see so many changes in the news business today. It's moving to a national level, and that local content is just not there. We're very fortunate, again, to have the Gazette team within the city of Schenectady, within the region, to provide that platform that hopefully sets us apart and continues to make the community stronger and better.
The one thing I say all the time is that if you live in Schenectady, or if you own a house, or if you own a business, or your kids go to school, you have to read the Gazette to find out about the stuff that's going to affect you. It's going to affect your taxes. We write about those issues. If you own a home and there's going to be a big development down the street that you may not like or you may love it, you're probably going to find out about it first from reading the Gazette.
That independence remains at the forefront of the Daily Gazette's mission as this growing family of newspapers charts its future.
Well, the media business is evolving pretty consistently. we are investing in technology every day. So you're going to be able to get our great journalism in so many different ways. You know, from the e-edition to our websites, to Twitter, Facebook, or wherever you want to pick up that journalism, you're going to be able to do it. And we're still going to deliver that great journalism to your doorstep if that's the way you want to read it.
I feel like I'm a caretaker for the Gazette. I've been here for 30 years, and somebody needs to talk about what's the legacy of the Gazette, and like, what do we mean in this community? And even though we are going to change how we do it, how we play out our news, we are still the responsible kid on the block. We are still the news agencies that's going to be there.
So the great thing about the Daily Gazette is it's been a family-owned newspaper for its 130 years, and it's going to continue to be a family-owned newspaper, and we strive to put that at the forefront of everything that we do. So when you're talking to reporters here, you're talking to people, again, who live in these communities, who are working in these communities, who are there day in and day out.
The Gazette, over 130 years, have had just the most phenomenal people working for them, with them. And then I can remember when I first came here, and I had always worked at bigger newspapers, bigger organizations. But the passion that the community had around the publication, the company, was incredible. So the Gazette has to hire and have the most talented people ready to go and to evolve. We can't be afraid to move forward and iterate forward.